Today I will be talking about some things I like about my w205 C-Class Mercedes-Benz. Some quick background information. This is a 2015 model and I've owned this for around a month, but only been driving it for around a week because it's been in the shop for most of the time. First off, I really do like the whole like keyless fucking bullshit. Like if I just put my hand right here, well, the car's not locked. Let me lock it. And there's one thing, you can just put your thumb right here. Boom, shit's fucking locked. Just put my hand right here. It's unlocked, and the mirrors fold in when it's locked and folds out when it's unlocked. So you can just look at the car and tell if it's unlocked, and it protects the mirrors. So of course that's a cool little feature. My specific model has an AMG floor mat because this bitch got a twin turbo V8 under the hood. No, I'm just fucking with you all. This is just a C-Class. One of my favorite things about this car is the interior. When I decided I wanted a Mercedes, I quickly decided I want a new generation, at least a W204, because just look at this interior. This is nice as fuck, and it looks like a brand new car. Now, even though this is a 2015 model, it still looks very modern. And even the generation before this one, it has some interior that still looks pretty new today. Now, I really like the interior of this car because the design is very appealing. It's very modern. It's a little luxury. And I really like the design of this steering wheel. If I can fucking just back up a little bit so you can see it. Let me just move my seat back with this little thing on the door, which is a little different than your normal cars. I really like almost everything about this steering wheel. The whole like design of it, the flat bottom for the more sporty like appearance, how the leather feels, how the leather is designed, like these little holes right here, and then like this like not hole part and then holes, but just the whole design of the steering wheel and how it feels and actually how it drives. This steering wheel is super responsive. Like, let me turn on the car and show you guys how responsive the steering wheel is. Like, I can just really whip the fuck out of this shit. Like right here, this is the full turn, and that wasn't even like much effort. If I just like really whip that shit, look at that. That shit moves so fast. And you can just sit in this car, you can feel like the wheels moving because it's a very responsive steering wheel. Another thing I really like about this generation of C-Classes is just how new it is. I'm pretty sure they just started a new generation of C-Classes in 2022, and I have driven a 2021, and the 2021 looks almost the exact same as this from the outside. So if you just see this car on the road, you may think this is a brand new Mercedes. And this specific model has a sports package, so it has like this little lip on the bottom, bigger vents. It has the sports rims with the slide rotors in the front and the bigger brakes, which is another thing I really like. Just look at those rotors and those brakes and these rims. These rims look nice as fuck. I've seen normal C-Classes that looks just like this without the sports rims. They still look very nice, don't get me wrong, but I definitely prefer these rims. Another feature I really like about this car is these agility modes. We got Eco, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, and Individual, which is like a custom mode. And it also shows right up here on the screen when you're changing the mode. I've never driven a car with a mode like this before I driven a Mercedes, and these modes are actually really useful. Most of the time I'm driving in comfort mode because I just got the car. I'm not too comfortable with it yet because I don't know the limits of the car, and honestly I'm a little scared to just whip it super hard. So, you know, I'm riding in comfort for most of the time, but sometimes I can, you know, drop that bit in Sport Plus and have a little fun. This next thing I didn't like at first, but after driving for a little bit, I kind of fuck with it. And that is the gear shifter. In a lot of luxury vehicles, you're gonna have a gear shifter like this when it's not actually like down here where you like shift this traditionally. You push it up for reverse, push it down a little bit for neutral, push it all the way down for drive, and click this button for park. When I first drove a Mercedes like this, I didn't know how to use it. I was like, what the fuck? How do you even put this bitch in reverse? But after driving multiple Mercedes that has this gear shifter and actually driving my own Mercedes with this gear shifter and having it for a week, I grew to like the luxury gear shifter a little bit. These buttons have a very nice feel and kind of makes you feel like you're driving a luxury vehicle because it's a little different than the typical vehicles you'd be driving. And I really like how you can be so lazy in this car that you can literally have your car locked and never have to touch the unlock and lock buttons. You never have to take the key out of your pocket. I can literally just pull the door handle and the car's unlocked. I can just press this button. Well, not really press it. Put my thumb here. Mirrors folded. Car's locked. Just put my hand here. Car's unlocked. I only had this car for a week, but I'm a big fan of Mercedes. So if I just sit here talking about everything I like about this car, this video may be an hour long. But you should watch the video on the screen right now because YouTube thinks it would be a great video for you to watch.